So I just finished going for a walk with my mother, and I felt compelled to sit down afterwards and talk some shit to a camera. So if you're on the other end of this camera, I welcome you to join with me in this communication of verbal energy, although I can't imagine you're going to be doing much talking on your end of the camera, but if you want to talk back to me, then by all means, I'm totally receptive to that. So now there is a point to this, and well, I've got a sort of an idea that I want to riff off, that I want to base this video off, but I'm sort of waiting for this sort of transcendence of what I want to say to sort of come out in verbal form for your oral pleasure. But we shall see what happens. But before I ramble on too much and actually lose your attention, because we are very much a species that loses attention very quickly, this video is loosely going to be about having fun. So with that little introduction out of the way, let's wash our hands of that and let's get into it. So basically what I want to talk about is the idea of having fun and how to bring more fun into your life. And we think of having fun as something that's quite easy to do, right? It's something that sort of comes naturally. We find things that we enjoy and we do them. And it's all very well and good, but how many of us actually actively seek this idea of having fun? If we collectively cast our minds back to our childhood. Now for me that wasn't that long ago. For you, maybe it was longer ago. I'm not sure how old you are. YouTube will tell me afterwards when I have a look at the demographics of people that have watched this video. That can be quite creepy. If you cast your mind back to your childhood, and if you think of your 6-year-old self, your 7-year-old self, your 8-year-old self, you probably were having a lot of fun. You're probably, this freaking awesome world. There's so much excitement going on. Your parents have basically thrown you into a dance class or into a rugby game or whatever it may be, and that maybe you went into that. I'm not sure, but there were probably numerous times during your childhood where you were having an absolute blast, and it was probably happening a lot because you're exploring, you're climbing trees, you're chasing girls or chasing boys and playing truth or dare and kissing each other. I don't know what you did in your childhood, but the common premise was that you were probably having a lot of fun. You're probably not thinking a lot about what you were doing. It was this very intrinsically driven desire to experience whatever there was to experience in the world. And I think as we get older, we talk about social constructs and discrimination and rules and regulations for society, blah, 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 blah. And to be honest, it's all bullshit. I think we fall in love, excuse me, I think we fall in love with this idea of thinking that our society is controlled by a very select bunch of people. And I think it's bullshit. I think in our minds we sort of fantasize this idea of this evil group of puppet masters all sitting around this circular table, you can imagine a scene in a movie. Trouble is I don't watch many movies, so I can't think of an analogy. But you get what I mean. You can probably imagine this evil circle of masterminds all sitting around this table and scheming and thinking, oh, how can we fuck up humanity? How can we stop people having fun? How can we put in all these social constructs and make people hate each other and all of this? And the truth is, there are not really any such thing as social constructs. You create that social construct. I create that social construct. We all collectively need to take responsibility for the fact that we think that this society is very confining. And the basis and the premise of what I'm saying here is that when we were younger, we weren't sort of worried about what other people think. We would climb a tree, we would jump in the water, we'd say something that we were thinking, and we'd really not think about the consequences of our actions, or we wouldn't think about how people perceived us. Now obviously as part of development as human beings, we do sort of become more aware of our actions and how they affect other people, and I think that's a good thing collectively as a society, that we do have some level of awareness of the world around us and how we affect it. But coming back to the whole reason why I decided to show this video was about having fun, right? And instead of thinking like there's so many constructs in society, it's got to start from you thinking, I'm going to go out today and I'm going to have fun, and I'm going to think a little bit less about how I'm perceived. So we will all feel, we've all got, as humans, we're very playful creatures. We're very, we're so multidimensional. We're sexual beings. We like having fun. We relish in the vibrance and the colour that we get from life. But we trap ourselves. Personally, there's no such thing as social constructs. It's all about what's in your minds. So I sort of challenge you that next time you think about doing something, you feel an urge to go talk to someone that you haven't met, or to do some knitting, or to start breeding octopus. I don't know what it is that you think of as fun. The next time you do it, just think, if I was 8 years old again, would I give a thought as to how people might perceive me if I do this? Or would I just go out and have fun? As a human being, you owe it to yourself to experience this planet that we live on. And if we all take that ownership on ourselves, just to go out and have fun with not so much thought as to who might be viewing us and how we might be getting judged, if we can all collectively do that, then obviously we'd have no social constructs. So, in essence, it just comes down to saying, fuck it, I'm going to jump off that bridge, or I'm going to climb that tree, or I'm going to go talk to that girl, or I'm going to go talk to that guy, or I'm going to make a slightly inappropriate joke in the staff room at work. Like, whatever it may be, we're all humans, and we're all here to have fun. And when we find ourselves having fun, we become more in tune with what we truly enjoy, and not just what we think we enjoy based on how we think other people perceive us. Today, for example, on this walk that I just went on through the lovely North Canterbury outback, there was a bridge, and I guarantee that most of you at some point in your adult life have seen a bridge and thought, it'd be quite fun to jump off that. But then straight away you're thinking, oh shit, like people might judge me if they see like a middle-aged man or woman or whatever jump off a bridge. You know, they might be like, it doesn't fit in with the social norm. You know, that's something for kids to do. Or another part of your brain might be thinking, I might injure myself if I jump off that bridge. And is it worth it? And that's a valid point too, because as we get older, we do sort of have a developed sense of self-preservation, which can be important, but at the same time, I'd rather die or injure myself from having fun than being anxious and stressed, which is going to eat away at you and is going to cause you to die anyway. So, fuck it. Jump off that bridge. But fundamentally, if there's anything you get out of this ramble assortment of words that I've lashed at you, it's fuck it. Just have fun. This video is basically about swearing more in your daily life. Just thinking, fuck it, I'm going to do this. And I'm just going to, invite my 8-year-old self or whatever just to come to the forefront and just throw yourself into something. I think that's honestly the best thing that you could do at any part of your day, at any time, at any age. So yeah, I've been Jordan Berry. I've been your host. I hope you've enjoyed this conversation and enjoyed sitting on the other side of this camera. Don't subscribe, don't like this video, don't share it. Fuck it, just go out and have fun.